All right, all right. What's going on, party people? Just trying to get myself together here. All right, what's going on? Happy Friday, happy Friday. Mm-hmm. All right. What we got on going on, what we got going on, party people. Oh yeah, good evening, good evening. I was trying to get on earlier, but that didn't work as we see. That didn't work. What's going on, Byron, out there growing up? Oh man, Caprentice hanging in here. Good evening to all of y'all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Yeah, everything's been great. Everything's been great. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Not sure how many people gonna slide on up in here tonight. You know, it's getting to the end of the year and everybody's looking at all those continued holiday parties and stuff. Still rolling this evening. I don't blame you, man. And I got some numbers for y'all. That's why I couldn't get on earlier because I was sitting here doing my numbers for last year. Hadn't finished putting all my stuff in the Notary Assist yet, but looking at the numbers, and I am pleasantly happy. Surprised. Well, I won't say surprised. I'm very happy at the outcome. I'm very, very happy at the outcome. I looked and I was like, oh, okay. I like that. I like that. And all that does is just push me to do even more. And it's awesome because in this particular calendar year when things was down, I still was able to pull the numbers in that I pulled in. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, okay. I had an increase. Now, dollar wise, I don't know. You haven't finished calculating that, but for the amount of assignments that I've done, appointments, just taking everything in. Oh yeah, big time increase, big time increase. I probably had maybe a 50% increase in Ron closings this year. Matter of fact, I got one that I'm working on now. Try to see if I can get that done either Sunday or Monday. But I've had a huge increase in Ron closings over the last couple of months. So over last year to this year, whatever it is, I know it's at least 50%, probably more, that I've done. So I'm very, very pleased with that. I can't believe that I had that much going on. Um, but as always, you know me, I want to play a few little things for y'all off of my Instagram. Um, some clips I just want y'all to listen to. And let me see here. And just a little bit of a motivation thing here. So let me get that on the stage. And hopefully y'all should be able to hear this just fine. If you can't hear it, let me know real quick, like if you can't hear it. And thanks again for hitting the like button.
Close friendships, right? Which is, we always talk about close friends as the person you would call in when you're in need, when you need help, the person you can cry with. But I think there's even a closer level of friendship, which is when you can call somebody when something amazing happened.
Yeah, and they're not jealous.
And there's no jealousy. And you can call them about this amazing thing that you accomplished, or that was given to you, or that you won. And if you were told anybody else, they'd think you were bragging.
Yeah.
But to that friend, they have unbridled joy with you and for you. And what I've learned is the number of people I would call with good news is actually smaller than the number of people I would call with bad news.
That's interesting. But you can call me with good news.
Oh, thank you.
I'll celebrate you. Everybody has dreams. And as much as you want to be able to listen, because somebody's going to give you a gem, but nobody knows but you. Nobody knows what you are. Even sometimes you don't really even know what you are. You got to take your shot. As much as you want people to agree and you want the people around you to be supporting your dreams, it's not going to be like that. You got to do it alone. People will help you. When you get the ball rolling, people will jump on. But if you don't believe, nobody else is going to believe. People come along because your belief is so insane that makes people be like, yo, this crazy asshole. Might have something. Might have something. Following your dreams is a lonely, solitary, scary, dangerous pursuit. You can't wait for somebody to think you can do it because they don't think you can do nothing they can't do. It's a lonely, scary, dangerous pursuit, and you got to be willing to risk everything to become what you believe is in there. You got to be fearless. You got to be relentless. Everybody
Forgot unmute. To me, that is what many of us are faced with doing each and every day. Each and every day, many of us are faced with that. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And for some reason, a lot of us just can't do it. We're so concerned about every move that we make being stamped, being approved and stamped by someone else in this notary business, by someone else who, is doing a little bit more in the notary business than us. I stopped worrying about getting somebody to approve what I do. I said, I'm just going to do it because I know I need to do it, because I believe in it for myself. And that's one of the biggest issues we got right now, is that there are a lot of people in this business that can be doing wonderful, but you're comparing yourself to all of these people who put their stuff out there on the internet. And you're looking at them and saying, I don't compare to them. You're looking at them and saying, I'm not getting the same dollar amounts as them. But you're getting a dollar amount and you can grow from that. And a lot of people, that ain't good enough for them. So you got to sometimes just believe in yourself and just go do it yourself. Period. And then, as the first clip showed, there's some people in this notary business that you can't even share your success with. And note, it's your success. It's not the success that equals a certain dollar amount. It's the success that you have, because if you have no closings and you finally get a closing, can you share that success with somebody and they not be jealous of you or put you down or make you feel bad about doing what you did? You see what I'm saying? That's what the issue is. I just realized I didn't turn my light on. Hold on. There we go. There we go. I was looking at, I was like, wait a minute. But that's the thing. It's not even that we have to look for anybody like that. A person who you can share your success with and let them know what you did and what you accomplished, they'll reveal themselves to you. They will. But some of these, the vast majority of these other people in this business, you tell them, oh man, I got blessed with an estate planning attorney, and they're going to have something negative to say. Oh, well, you made that. Oh, they should be paying you more money. I guess you think you something special now that you got your estate planning order, and then all of a sudden you no longer can be in a Facebook group or a Clubhouse group or in a text message or whatever. I mean, oh, you think you special now? No, I don't think I'm special. I'm just busy. I gotta go. I gotta make my money. I got this opportunity. Me being in business is not about me being in social media groups. And that's one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make. They think that their success or being in business is about being in social media groups. And that means you're a business owner because you're in all these social media groups. You're in these Facebook groups. And that is not being a business owner. because you're going to everybody's networking event. That is not what it's about. What it's about is you providing a good or service that somebody is willing to pay you for and that meets their need. That's what being a business owner is about. You don't have to be in anybody's group. You don't have to go to anybody's conference. You ain't got to be anybody's ambassador, but you do have to be there for your customer base. And if you can't be there for your customer base, then what good are you? That's the thing. Give me your thoughts, people. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. Give me your thoughts. If you agree with what I just shared and what you just heard, put a 1 in the chat. And tonight, instead of my fritter, I got me a nice, sweet, very good vegan coconut cookie from Publix. That thing is nice. That thing is good. It's a vegan coconut oatmeal cookie. It's very good. Very, very good. I'll be honest with you. What's really missing for me is that little cream, that little white frosting. I would love to put some of that on top of there. That's good. But that's the thing. We got to be able to just go out here and do what we need to do. And if you can, if you can do that, then I think life will be good for you. I think life will be really, really, really good for you. But a lot of people are addicted to attention. And attention doesn't mean success. Just because somebody's giving you attention don't mean you're a successful business owner. I'm just saying. So let me hit y'all with these numbers. So this year, for his goals, I don't know if I hit my dollar amount per month goal. I'll be honest with you, I haven't finished calculating all that out. But yeah, I'll be honest with you, it was a loose goal because I understood what I was faced with this year, but I had a loose goal of 100K. I'm not sure if I hit it or not. Could have got close to it, but that was my goal. One of my bigger goals was to eventually hit at least 100 signings in a month. I do know I did over $8,000 in 1 month. And I wanted to increase the amount of closings or just appointments overall that I've done. And what I ended up getting to so far is 993. That's a 20% increase from the 826 that I did last year. I went online and just so y'all can see. So I did it right here. I said, find the percent. I said, what is the percent increase from 826 to 993? I don't know if I said 933, but 993, that's what I meant to say. And it says it's a 20% increase. That is phenomenal for me, or at least to me, that I had a 20% increase in the work assignments that I did this year. Completely and thoroughly happy with that, which comes out to about 83 a month. Okay, it averages about 83 appointments a month, which is a great solid increase. I have to sit down and figure out what I did for last year. Hold on, I can do that real quick. So that was 68. So increase from, actually it says 69 rounded up to 83. I would say about a 15%. I'm just throwing a guess out there before it pops up. Oh, 20%. Okay. 20% increase. So I had a 20% increase this year For me, that is to me and for me, that is excellent. To have a 20% increase in the number of orders that I did. I like that. I'm very happy with that. That is excellent. So yeah, so basically I had a 20% increase in the work that I did this year, and I'm happy with that, which I know revenue increase came along with that. It's sort of hard unless orders really tanked and went down, but I'm sure there was an increase in revenue that came from that. It said Sean said starting in February of this year, I completed from February to now. All right, good. 420. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Doing this part, I was about to say, I figure you're doing it part time. That's good. That is excellent. Um, so let's play with some numbers here, y'all. Let's play with some numbers here. We just chilling, y'all. We just chilling. Feel free to ask any questions that you got concerning this business, for yourself or on behalf of someone else. So let's look at it. So she says she did 420 divided by 11 months. So now the question is, can you find time to do 38 appointments per month? And at one point before I quit my job, that's what I was averaging. I was averaging about 35, 38, maybe 40 a month while working a full-time job. The question is, can you set aside the time to do that? And that's irregardless of the dollar amount. It's just getting the work done. Okay. So looking at the average fee in my area right now is probably pushing, let's just say 85. So you're doing 38. That's 3,200. You're pulling in per month times 12. That's 38,760. Question then becomes, is that good enough for you working part-time to pull in that amount? Would you be okay with that? If you would be, then great. If you wouldn't, if you're like, no, I need more, then now the question is, what are you going to do to get the more? Because either you're going to do more numbers for as the appointments, or you have to find a way to get somebody to pay you more money. Doesn't matter to me. This is your business. Whichever one you can get done, or both of them, that'd be great. If you can get a 20% increase in the number of work orders, great. And then you get a 20% in revenue, that's even better. As long as you get it, that's what counts. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or what anybody else can and cannot get. So looking back on this year, like I said, I believe I've had at least a 50% increase in Ron. I've had probably maybe a 10 or 15% increase in my general notary work. That has increased a good little bit. I just picked up something for Sunday. Unfortunately, I couldn't get with the guy today or tomorrow because of things I got to do. But I told him I'd be glad to get with him on Sunday if he still wants to. So I got more people contacting me about general notary work from one person that's been referring me. This person works at a nursing facility and they've been referring me to people left and right. And I haven't had to do any advertising to say, hey, hit me up for, if you're in a nursing home or whatever. Somebody else has been spreading the word about me, and that has brought in a lot of business for me. So looking at what has worked and has moved me forward, it's centered primarily on just flat out being available. Can I actually be available when somebody needs me to be? That has been the linchpin. And the more available I am, the more money I'm making, the more opportunities I get, whether it's be available early in the morning, during the working hours, in the evening, online, whatever the case may be. The more I can be available for somebody, the more revenue I'm able to make, the more my name gets out there, because then they share with other people. This is the gentleman you can rely on. This is the person you can count on. So the more dependable I am, the more money I'm making. And this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. You got to be dependable. And when you know what you're doing as a notary, you can feel confident and you can show them that you're going to be dependable. Dependable in showing up and getting the job done right. That's what it's all about. And if you can do those two things, everything else falls in line. And anything that somebody's asking you to do, if it interferes with your ability to show up on time and to do the job right, which is notarized signatures, you need to leave it alone. I don't care whether it's for free. I don't care how many people sign off on it. Oh, this is the greatest thing in the world. Dot, dot, dot. If it interferes with you doing what you need to do, you need to leave it alone. It doesn't matter what works for Fred. It doesn't matter what works for Kylie. What matters does it work for you. And if you know that this thing, this training, this group dynamic thing, or whatever they want to call it nowadays, if you know that based on your personality and your goals and what you're trying to do for your business, it's not going to work for you, then leave it alone. Don't feel pressured to be a part of something that clearly doesn't fit your business model. And that's one of the areas that I made mistakes in growing into in just in business, is that because everybody else is doing it, I'm gonna do it. Other people said they're successful in it. Well, I guess I can be too. And then I get in there and I'm like, I ain't really feeling this. Let me do what works for me, because it's all about this being my business. What are your thoughts on that, people? What are your thoughts concerning that? And what questions do you have? And tell me, have you accomplished? Can y'all just do me this here? Name 2 or 3 things that, hey, what's going on, Brina? Name 2 or 3 things that you've done, that you've accomplished this year, whether it was by accident, you just, oh, I didn't even realize that was even a goal of mine, but I accomplished it, or you had a goal and you actually did it. It was something that you had laid out and you actually accomplished it. Put in the chat 2 or 3 things that you feel that you've accomplished this year and everything. So, like for me, increase in number of notary appointments, increase in number of Ron appointments, and what did I say? Overall increase and those are the 2 main things I did. And I guess you could also say an increase in direct work. Those are the 3 things that happened for me this year. Excellent. You actually did some notary work. I only wanted to accomplish 300 signings part-time. I exceeded that by 120. That's what I'm talking about. See, this is how we move forward. So looking at the year in review, I'm just like, okay, what I want to do. Boom. Another thing that I wanted to do, and I actually did, and it was just what I was just speaking on, being more available, clearing the way out so I could be more available to do the closings. Because if I'm constantly not available because of all this other stuff I got going on in my life, then there's no way I can have an increase, because you can't increase in the workload if you're not available to do the work. Cook it good. That's the thing. That is the thing. If you're not available, you can't increase in any form or fashion. You can't increase in your connection in a relationship with somebody if you're not available. You're supposed to go to counseling. You never show up for counseling. You're supposed to sit down and talk and try to work things out. You never show up. So when you're not available, there's nothing that can be fixed in your life. There's no increase and there's no healing and there's no repair that can ever be done. So when notaries say, I'm not going out of my house and getting off my butt for anything under this dollar amount, they are damaging their reputation. They are not creating increase in their life, because when you ask them, okay, well, since you're not getting out and doing any work, unless it's $120 or $150, tell me, how much work have you done for that dollar amount? What increase have you seen in your life since you made that stance? That's the question you got to ask them. What's the increase that you've seen since making that stance? Then you ask yourself, well, what increase have you seen since you took the stance of, I'm gonna just go out here and do some work? And for me, it's been a 20% increase. Once I made up my mind, I'm gonna just go out here and work. And I'm not gonna put all these caveats up there. I'm just gonna go out here and work. So just so y'all can understand the numbers, in January, 69 appointments, February, 76, March, 80, April, 86, May, 75, June, 82, July, 74, August, 110, September, 95, October, 95. September 95, October 95. Yeah, I'm sorry, September 95, October 95, November 73, and so far 78 for December. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I love the increase, and that's what it's all about. So since it started providing apostille service by accident, hit Northern Virginia market with it, increase getting calls and closings in hospitals, increase, we'll say increase 25% increase. That's good. That is good. See, just getting out there and doing the work, that's what matters. So for me, the biggest thing that I've learned this year is that the more, again, I know I sound like a broken record, the more I'm available, boom. Now, what helps me to be available is the knowledge that I have of what I'm supposed to do as a notary. If I'm confident in knowing what I'm supposed to do as a notary, per my state law, there's no way I can't have an increase, because that's what I'm gonna go out there and do. But if I'm looking to do what these TMCs, trainer mentor coaches, tell me, and it has nothing to do with being a notary, there's really no hope that I'm going to have increase. Yeah, you're teaching me how to market, but I don't know how to do the job. And the more I don't know how to do the job, the less opportunities I'm going to get. And if I do get an opportunity, it's not going to be something that great. And if it is happen to be something that great, that might be the only time I get it, because when push comes to shove, I really didn't do a good job. So I'm sure y'all can see how all of this ties in. Proper knowledge of the notary business, and then getting out there and doing the work in the notary business. Those are the two key things. If you can't do those two, you might as well give this business. So you might as well just say, forget it, I'm done. I ain't doing nothing else. I'm gonna go back to doing whatever, because that's what this business is all about. And once I learned that, increase came. 100% increase came. And a lot of people don't like to hear this kind of stuff because they want to get caught up into doing what makes them feel good. They want to get caught up into, or they are caught up into the aesthetics, all the facade of the notary business, but not the meat and potatoes, the hardcore or the core of it. It's like, no, I just want to go out here and have fun. I just want to be flashy. Okay, fine. And this is why I encourage y'all to be careful of who you follow, because these folk that want to just be fancy all the time, not necessarily teaching you good, solid principles to move your business forward. And once you get good, solid principles, there's 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 no limit to what growth you can have and revenue you can bring in. That's really what it's all about. So are there any other questions, concerns? I wasn't going to be up here too long. I don't have any closings tomorrow. Um, I don't have any closings tomorrow, and I'm just gonna chill. I got to work on my training for this weekend. Thanks to all of everybody who signed up for the training. We'll be having another one, um, possibly in January or February. This was a more of a pop-up thing that came up. So I think there's about 30 people in there. So we're excited, and I'm gonna be working on that. I'm actually gonna get me some rest tonight after I finish eating my cookie. I'm gonna get me some rest, and when I wake up in the morning, finish doing my stuff. And feel free to ask any other questions if you got. If you got questions, if you got a question and you're typing it, throw a quick one in the chat so I don't hop off before you finish typing your question. Yeah, well, business insurance. Yeah, I have the business owner policy with Byberg, um, at $125 a quarter. Or is it a month? No, it's a quarter. So it's like $500 a year, and that protects you, your business. Um, okay, Terry. Okay, you have my contact, so just feel free to hit me up anytime. And tomorrow will be a good day to hit me up. Um, 'Cause I don't have much going on. But yeah, business insurance is good. Once you just make sure you understand what it does and does not cover, and it doesn't hurt to have. Your business. It doesn't hurt to have. Um, a lot of people get it when it comes to having employees and being in a physical building, but I have it. I have it. I have the E&O and the business owner policy, or they call it BOP, business owner policy from Byberg. Which organization is the best to have that? I have no idea. I just use Byberg, and I haven't had any problems with them whatsoever. Okay, and is that through? Who's that through? It depends on who you got it through. Because I paid 38 a month for the E&O, and then and that's for 10 months. And then I think like 125, 150 a quarter for the business owner policy. So it all depends on what you can afford, and if 199 is cool and it gives you what you want, then great. Hanover Insurance Company, okay, I've heard of them. Didn't know they offered that. So as always, you may want to shop around, get your policy out, look it over, then talk to some of the other companies out there and see what they offer. Um, and figure out what coverages you need and don't need, all of that kind of stuff. So I've heard of Hanover. I didn't know they did that type of insurance. Oh, one other thing I want to let me put this in here. IRS W-9. Mhm. What I just put in there is the IRS W-9 form. It's from the IRS itself. Every year we got to do new W-9s. Just do it once. I do it online, put all my information in there, print it out, sign it, and then I scan it, and then I upload it to all the different places, email it to whoever. Because if some of the companies, if they don't have it, they ain't paying you. So update your W-9 information. Link is right there. And let me show y'all what it looked like. This is it. Don't get this form from some company that's asking you to pay or sign up or register and all that for an account for something. Just get it for free, fill it out. You don't have to submit it to the IRS. All you got to do is fill it out and then have it available to give to what other organization wants to provide you with pay for the services you have rendered. So you need to do that. And you're going to need to do that in SnapDocs as soon as possible. If you ain't taking any more closings for the rest of the month, or go ahead on and do it now, so that way come January 1, it's in there. If you're working with any other signing companies with platforms and stuff, just go ahead on and send them your new W-9. That's what I'm gonna be also doing this weekend. So I think that's it. Any other questions, concerns, whether real or hypothetical? Do you have any other concerns or issues about this business going forward for next year? Oh, lastly, I will tell you, you're going to have to be on your P's and Q's, because there's more and more people pushing training and like, yeah, get a new lease on life and come take the training and stuff. What are you going to teach me that you didn't teach me last year or this year? So come 2025, what are you going to teach me different that's going to help me? That's the key. What are you really going to teach me? Because all you're doing is just regurgitating the same thing you did for 365 days last year. And now you're going to do the same thing this year. So it may not be advantageous for you to do that. And also be careful of people who make you feel bad about what you're currently doing in the notary business just so they can sell you a course. There are some people that do that. They're trying to sell you a book, a course, a conference, or whatever. And in order to do it, they have to make you feel bad about what you're currently doing, which goes back to the first thing we talked about, being careful of people who don't celebrate your success. And they're envious of your success. No one needs to be envious of me for doing loan closings. You either do them or you don't. But there are people who are, and they try to make other people feel bad about it by putting down the dollar amount you're getting paid, the effort that you got to put into. And I've been hearing that for the last 3-4 years, and I'm telling y'all, you got to be careful. Some of them have good intentions, but the vast majority of them, they really just want you to spend money with them. Don't spend your money over there. Spend your money over here with me. And you end up still not knowing what to do. All right. So I think that is it, party people. I just want to hop up here real quick and kick it with y'all for a little bit. And like I said, I'm tired, long week, and fill out this W-9, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I ain't doing nothing else. Give my brain a break. So y'all have a good one. Thanks. Talk to y'all later. Peace.